Reading parking signs as a foreigner in Germany can be really confusing, especially because multiple parking signs are stacked on top of each other. And the probability of you getting a fine if you don't park correctly in Germany is very high. So in this video, we're going to talk about the different building blocks of parking signs, so next time you see one, you actually know how to read it and hopefully avoid a fine. Hey, my name is Jen and I'm from Guatemala.
And mine is Yvonne and I'm German.
And together we're from simplegermany.com, where we create English content to empower internationals to settle into life in Germany more smoothly. We purchased our first car in Germany in 2020, and ever since then, our roles have been clear. I am the driver, Yvonne is the navigator and parking interpreter. So in this video, we want to do something special, and that is we're going to show parking signs on the screen, and I will do my best to guess what they are. I mean, I should know what they are. And Yvonne will correct me, and will actually explain a little bit of what it is. And you have prepared something special, I heard?
Yeah, at the end, you have, of course, a couple of graduation parking signs, the ones that sometimes are complicated even for the Germans. I mean, it's not always straightforward, right?
Okay, so I'm ready to do this. Are you?
Yes, I'm ready to have fun.
Okay.
All right, let's first start with all of the signs that pretty much tell you where you're not allowed to park. And then in the second step, we will talk about signs that tell you you're allowed to park and all the implications you have in that area.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, first two very important signs you see all over German streets. What do they mean?
Okay, so the one on the left with the X means no parking. And the one on the right with just one thing means no stopping.
Technically both okay and correct. Yes, to be more specific, the one on the left is no stopping at all time. It actually doesn't even involve parking. It's like absolutes Halteverbot.
So you cannot even stop at all.
Correct. And the one with just one crossed line is eingeschränktes Halteverbot, so limited stopping. And you're allowed to stop for 3 minutes or a little bit longer if you actually deloading or loading the car.
Wow, okay, so if it comes to points, I got 0 on this one.
No, because you know the context that you're not supposed to
Stop
park there. Yeah.
Okay.
Next one.
Okay, next one. So this is usually comes in a pair, in a combination, and this is to mark a zone where you're only allowed to stop for 3 minutes. And the left one in it it's to indicate where the zone begins, and the left one is where the right one where the zone ends.
Correct, yeah. And usually these zone signs are being used in larger areas. So you don't have the smaller signs from before literally all over the road, but you need to be very careful. Let's say if you enter a town and this is the sign at the beginning, then this entire town usually has these parking restrictions applied to it. So sometimes, you need to be careful, you need to read the signs before you enter an area. Next up.
Oh no, this is the one where I actually struggle a little bit. Okay, so
first let's explain here. We already know the first two signs,
yes.
The top ones, but now the bottom ones, they actually give more detail to the top ones. So in Germany, the parking signs, you always read from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. So this is where the stacking begins.
Correct.
All right, so let's go to the left one. So we already know with the left one, absolutely not possible to stop at all. And the one at the bottom means that you cannot stop on the road?
It actually means the shoulder. So wherever one would usually think one can stop, you can't. So it's the shoulder. Sometimes it's, in certain streets, the shoulder allows parking, but here it's just an emphasis. There's no stopping, not even on the shoulder.
The shoulder meaning is the space next to the sidewalk.
The shoulder meaning the space between the road and the sidewalk. Sometimes there is no sidewalk and there's still a shoulder, so it really depends.
Okay, so then the second one is the same principle. However, you can only stop there for up to 3 minutes in this shoulder area.
Correct, so no parking in this area, yes.
Okay, and this one also, we're stacking again signs, right? So the left one, it means that you cannot absolutely stop because this is a loading zone. Meaning that only trucks or actually certified or authorized trucks are able to stand here. And usually this comes very close to where shops and supermarkets and these kind of places are because they need this space to load and unload trucks. So on the left one, it means that you absolutely cannot stop there. On the right side, it means that you can stop for up to 3 minutes. However, and it says loading zone nur zum Be- und Entladen. It's the loading zone. It's the same. It's just for loading and offloading.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just emphasizes it, exactly. Sometimes they're nice enough to describe what the sign actually means.
Okay.
But this is really no parking area. It is an area to stop to load and offload your car.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the fun one. So here we just put different arrow ones as examples. And this one just pretty much means that the left one, that where the arrow is pointing, so towards that direction, you absolutely cannot stop at all. And usually this comes in combination, sometimes not always, with the right one.
With the one in the middle.
With the one in the middle, yeah, that has the arrow the opposite way. So in the in-betweens is where you're not supposed to stop. And then all the way, the one to the right, it shows that you cannot stop in either way, either left or right from where the sign is.
Correct, yes. And the indicators are always the poles that the signs are on. So really this is more limiting the area where these signs apply to. Very good.
Thank you. Ooh.
And here we have an example.
Yes, here we have an example actually where we have the sign with the arrow, which is the one on the left, and we have that shoulder sign that you're not allowed to park in that shoulder. So in this case, what would be the shoulder?
So in this case, the shoulder is where you see the cars parked, because you see the empty space in front of the car, which is the road. Then you see where the car is parked, so that is the shoulder. And then behind that, it's not obvious because the benches are blocking it, but where the poles are standing on is the sidewalk.
It's the sidewalk. So in this case, we can say this car is parked where it shouldn't be parked, just based on these signs.
Based on these signs, but we don't know exactly because under the sign, the little white area usually indicates, in this case, a date. So there is probably a move is planned or something. So if this is still outside of this date zone, the car is fine. If it's inside the date zone, then hopefully they move soon, or whoever wants to use the space will probably call a tow truck.
Yes, and the police and get a fine and all these beautiful things. Okay, and here comes more stacking into place. So here we have, again, the absolutely no stopping area. And on top of that, or is this stopping just for the... Hold on. Okay, hold on. So we have the no stopping area. However, the sign under it, it tells us that so Mittwoch, so Wednesday, from 6 to 3 p.m., you cannot stop there because it's the day of the market. So this sign is only applicable during that time period.
Correct, yes. That means outside of that time period, so all other days and also Wednesday afternoons after 3 p.m., you are allowed to park in the area following the left of the sign.
Now, following the right of the sign, that means you're never, ever allowed to park because there is no condition for that. It's always true.
Correct, the lower sign.
The lower sign, yeah.
Very, very good.
Okay, so now we have something similar. So we have the upper sign, which means to the left, you cannot park between the hours of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And here then the sign under it says that only Anwohner is residents that have the Parkausweis. Okay, so only residents that have a parking ID, one can say.
Permit?
A parking permit with the numbers and then some numbers can park there for free. No, are free to park there.
Are allowed to park.
Are allowed to park.
Correct. So pretty much this is in a zone of residential zone where the city wants to restrict the space to residents of that street or in the vicinity.
So for example, that means if I'm a resident and I want a parking there, I should go after 6 p.m. because all the other visitors have left, hopefully. And then my car has space between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Could be one way of looking at it, yes. But pretty much tourists or not locals from that specific neighborhood are not allowed to park there.
Okay. Between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Overnight, correct, yes.
Whew. Okay, now here comes another one. I actually got not a fine, but a reminder with this sign. So this Feuerwehrzufahrt means that this is the area where the fire trucks need to have free in case of an emergency. So you cannot absolutely at all, I would say, even stand or park there. And there's 3 variations of this sign.
And there's more variations. These are just 3 to showcase how it could look like.
Yeah. So there's the pole with the simple sign. Then there's the one in the middle is the bigger sign that has a lot more information, I would say, that tells you to the left and to the right of this sign with that little circle with the X, you cannot park. And then you have the one to the right, which is the same thing with the X. What is STVO?
Straßenverkehrsordnung.
So this means you're not allowed to stop.
The regulation that is pretty much the booklet, like the
law.
The law, the Verordnung it's the rule book of all of the rule book for all of the street rules, like the driving rules.
Okay. So based on these strict rules, you're not allowed to stay here. One thing, once I put my bike on this pole, the one that said Feuerwehrzufahrt, and then that day, actually because I was at the campus at work, I got a nice note that said like, please don't do this ever again, because in case of emergency, your bike is is gone.
So this, I would say, is actually one of the most important areas to never, ever, ever park in, because I would say fines here get super high, and yeah, your car, I mean, if they need to pass, you are also hindering a possible emergency rescue.
Like, for example?
Like, no, not here. Here's another example how it can look like.
Okay, so here it says the sign to the left. It has the X with the arrow to the right. And it also says
arrow to the left.
Sorry, arrow to the left. And it says Feuerwehranfahrtzone, means that to the left. And then next to it, that's the one that we saw with the market. So to the right, on Mondays between 6 and 3, you can't because of the market.
So here you have Feuerwehranfahrtzone. Here you have Feuerwehrzufahrt. So there's different words that can be used. But whenever you read the word Feuerwehr, just don't. Just look for another place.
Yeah.
Because here we see how also, again, the spacing is restricted, right? It shows you exactly where the area is that the trucks need, because they're so big, they need more room to maneuver.
And then here, this white car is definitely in trouble because it clearly says there Feuerwehranfahrtzone with the little arrow. And then you have the car that is directly there, and you see the truck who obviously cannot pass.
And this is bad. This is like really bad.
This is really bad. Okay. Ooh, look. So if you're liking this video and you find it valuable, then please give us a like and subscribe to our channel if you want to keep always up to date with new information on how to settle into life in Germany more smoothly.
Okay, so I think this was the part of where you're not supposed to park. Stop, technically, but let's just use the word park, right? And let's now enter the area of understanding where you're allowed to park, at what conditions.
Okay.
I know. We have one more where you're not allowed to park.
One more. And this one, okay? This one, again, we have that famous X circle sign, which means absolutely you cannot stand or park here, because this is for taxis. And then under it, we have another condition which specifies that this space is only for a maximum of 5 taxis.
Correct, yeah.
So if you're the 6th taxi, you cannot park there.
And I would say this is one of the spots that's most often abused by Germans, where if there's only 2 taxis right now, that means there's some space where we sometimes stop just to unload a passenger or wait for someone at the train station. So obviously we are describing how the perfect behavior is. Not everyone always follows that.
Although I must say, you constantly ask me to stop at a taxi parking area and I constantly deny your request.
Yeah, it's all with a grain of salt. Here we go.
Okay, so here we have actually P starts for parking. Let's start with that basic sign.
The blue sign.
The blue sign. And the P with the little roof is that it's a parking, like a garage.
Correct, yes. And garages are usually always paid parking.
Yes, rarely is it free. Yeah. Okay, so here again we have a duo that come together, and this is to indicate that a parking zone starts. That's the sign to the left. And then on the right-hand side with the black strike-through thingy, it says that the parking zone ends.
Yep, very good.
So in between you can park. Okay, this is also super interesting because we have parking, which is allowed, and under it we have the condition. And that means that you can only stay there for a maximum of 2 hours. However, you also need to put your Parkscheibe, I don't know the word in English, your parking meter thingy, which you should have in your car. And usually in this parking meter, you put the time that you arrived. And that way the people controlling the parking can say, okay, they still arrived in the time frame, so you're good to stay.
How do you exactly put it, the time?
So you put it you round it up to the next half hour.
Correct.
So if you arrive at 3:05, you put it at 3:30.
Correct.
If you arrive at 3:35, you put it at 4.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Okay, so then here we have the parking sign, but it only allows to park starting from this pole to the right. Then we have the 2-hour condition with this Parkscheibe. And then we have that you can only park here on work days, Werktags, like Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So I would interpret this one that the condition of the maximum 2 hours with the Parkscheibe only applies on working days. So, and Werktags is very important. Werktags always means Mondays through Saturdays.
Okay.
Between 8 and 6. So that from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. on any day, you can stay there as long as you want for free.
Okay. And on Sundays, you can stay there as long as you want for free. Okay. Good clarification. Okay, this one is that this specific parking area is just for people with a disability permit. This is that this parking area specifically just for cars.
Correct. Let's go back here. This is also because oftentimes, of course, these are, not of course, but these are often parking lots or spots that are free. And this is also one of the highest fines, I think, that one can get if you abuse parking there. So just because it's free, don't try to think, yeah, it's fine. They're usually free for a reason because Germans don't want to get the fine.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we clarified. Okay, this is a parking area for Anhänger, for trolleys. Trailers, where you can specifically park your trailer. Look at that.
To be honest, I don't really see this one very often.
I think we had it in our own neighborhood. Oh, this one again. Okay, so on the left-hand side, it says that you are allowed to park, and this parking, you can go on the sidewalk.
You have to.
Oh, you have to?
Yes.
Okay, so must.
Yes, it's a must. So usually in these areas, because of space issues, to still have space for driving, you need to be one half of the car on the sidewalk and the other half on the street.
Okay, and the one on the right, okay, that's, you must park on the sidewalk.
Fully.
Fully.
All four wheels.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
Okay, and this one, it means that in this parking area, you're allowed to park like the car. Like you are allowed to park like vertical like this, and half of your car on the sidewalk and the other half on the shoulder.
Correct, and because it's so specific, I would also say you need to have the front to the sidewalk and the back to the street.
Okay. Okay, this means that this parking area is not for hikers, actually for hikers that are right with the car.
Yeah, it's a hiking parking lot.
It's a hiking parking lot. So if you're doing a trail or something and you see this parking area, it means that this parking area is specifically for that trail.
Yeah, for those purposes, exactly.
And sometimes, or most of the times, this is for free.
I was going to say, they can be for free, they don't have to be. Again, you would need to look at further indications under the sign.
Wow. Okay, so let's see if I learned my lesson. So this parking area is just for cars. And from Monday to Friday, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., you can stay a maximum of 3 hours and you need to use your Parkscheibe. Anything outside of that is for free and you can stay as long as you want.
Perfect.
Woo! Oh my God. Okay. So this is a sign that it says that parking to the right side of this sign is allowed for a maximum of 2 electrical cars. And they can stay a maximum of 3 hours as they are charging their car and they have to use their Parkscheibe. So if they stay, let's say, for 4 hours or more, that is not allowed anymore.
Correct.
Or if there's parking there without charging.
Correct.
Yes.
Very, very good.
Okay, so let's do with the left-hand side says that parking to the left-hand side, I learned about this recently, actually. It's for car sharing.
I mean, it explains it here, right?
Car sharing parkplatz. Meaning that only if you have a car sharing vehicle, you can park there. Otherwise, you get towed.
Yes.
And then on the right-hand side, it says parking is allowed to the right-hand side, auf dem Seitenstreifen, sidewalk.
No, it's not the sidewalk, it's the shoulder again.
So Seitenstreifen is a shoulder and only for people with a disability permit.
Very good. So shoulder here, this is really one needs to look at the area, what it looks like. There could be a white line differentiating, like dividing the road and then the shoulder. It depends a little bit.
Oh, that was hard. Wow. Okay. So the sign on the left is that you're allowed to park there with Parkschein. That means that you need to pay.
Correct.
Parkschein is that you need a little stamped thing that means that you pay. And if you are an electrical car, you can park for free.
Correct, yeah. And the Parkschein you need to get from a machine. And the machine, we'll have pictures later, either indicates you can also pay per app or not. But if you get the paper from the machine, you have to put it visibly
on the dashboard.
Inside, like on the dashboard, so that it can be seen from the outside, yes.
Yeah, and also hot tip, once we realized that in our dashboard, the papers would fall inside, so we have a little tape also that we can tape it on.
They would slide down and go into nirvana, so now we tape it, yes, yeah.
Wait, hold on. And the one on the right is that only cars can park here, and gebührenpflichtig means that you need to pay.
Correct.
So Gebühren is like payment and pflichtig is mandatory.
Correct. So these are two signs that indicate you have to pay. It's paid parking, either mit Parkschein or gebührenpflichtig. There is also the counterpart to gebührenpflichtig.
Gebührenfrei.
Sehr gut. Which means for free.
Okay, and these are actually the signs that you need to look out for when you're looking for a parking automat for paying your ticket. And usually these signs are on top of the machines. And they can be blue like this or with a red arrow like that.
Correct. And also hot tip, if you do see a Parkscheinautomat, somewhere close to where you park, that always means you need to pay. At least walk up to the machine and read what it says, because also sometimes Sundays, for example, is free. But in this case, you don't need to look for the street sign. So is it parking? Is it paid or not? Because if there's a machine, it's paid.
Yeah, okay. And this is an example of how a Parkschein machine Parkautomat looks like. As we see, we have the red arrow, and that's where you pay.
And sometimes, depending on where in Germany you are, these beautiful machines can only be paid in cash, and often only with coin, like this one here. This one does not have a card reader yet, and also no area for a bill, so it needs to be coins. So what Jen and I actually started is we have an extra little pouch in our car with coins in it, or like in this case, which is circled by the green circle, you can pay by app. Our favorite app is Easy Park because, as the name says, it's really easy to just put the parking. And the beautiful thing is here, if you stay longer, you can also on the app extend your parking, or if you come back sooner, make it shorter. So you don't need to put the exact coin and guesstimate how long you're going to stay there.
That's super cool. Fun story. Once we parked in a hiking parking in the south of Germany, who was also supposedly by an app you can pay. So we paid through this. So we reserved our spot through the app. I say app because, and then we wanted to leave. I finished the situation. I had to fill out a form, very confusing, and then that was it. I couldn't give my credit card. I couldn't pay with Apple Pay. I couldn't pay at all. We were there for a good 20 minutes trying to figure out. We couldn't pay in the machine. It said use this app. We used this app, and we're like, okay, let's go. I kid you not. 2 months later.
2 weeks.
Or no, it was like 2 months later. We get an invoice in our mailbox.
Postal mail.
For paying this amount through a bank transfer, mind.
That's the exception to the rule. How about that? And when you see these machines, like I said earlier, above the green circle, there it states actually how much the parking is and in what times you need to pay. Because oftentimes the machine also says, for example, paid parking is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you arrive after 8 p.m., it's also free. But always check the machine. Sometimes it's also 24 hours.
Wow. Is this my graduation?
Maybe it's already part of it. I don't know. I didn't count.
Okay, let's
just
see.
Keep going.
Okay, so this means that you can park here, of course, and you can only park out here with Parkschein, which means you need to pay. And cars and camper vans are allowed to pay here. And gebührenpflichtig is that you need to pay between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. And starting at 10 p.m., the parking lot is closed.
Gets locked, yes.
Gets locked. So kind of like leave before 10, right?
Correct, yeah. You're not allowed to stay after 10.
Yeah. Okay, this is that you can park from where this sign is to the right with a Parkschein. Again, you need to pay. And from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Only people that live here with authorization can park here. And here's where I'm confused. Because then you have electrical cars can park here up to 3 hours for free. No, it doesn't say. Electrical cars can park here for up to 3 hours with this Parkscheibe. And then?
So the Parkscheibe always indicates that for the duration, the 3 hours, it's free. Because the Parkscheibe always means free. But this is where it can get confusing because it's not, to me also, not 100% clear whether the lowest sign with the electric car replaces the Parkschein only or if it also replaces the Bewohner-Parkausweis. I would say it replaces everything. So I'd say you have to pay during the day. Then in the evening, like the night times, between 7 and 9, only residents are allowed to park. And electric cars for 3 hours with Parkscheibe can always park there.
Wow. Okay. And also this parking, if you are a resident and you want to park here, you need the specific
correct. Yeah, the number, whatever it says, is there's a sticker over it. But it's always for the area, yes.
Okay.
And you get these residence parking permits actually when you do your Anmeldung, when you register with the city office. You can also get it for your car, or if you register the car later from the Straßenverkehrsamt, one of the two.
Okay. This usually comes in front of garages, and this it says Ausfahrt, Tag und Nacht, Freihalt. So Ausfahrt means like there's exiting of vehicles, so it should remain free during days and nights. And under it says Achtung, like watch out. Garagentor schwenkt. That the door of the garage opens to the outside.
Correct. Yeah. And I put this there because this is not an official sign. It's like private people put it on their garages, but pretty much the rule always is if there is a private entry, whether it's a garage or like a
like an entrance to a garage.
Entrance for a car, it always needs to remain free no matter what, regardless of any other rule on that street.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
that was it.
Oh my God, my graduation. Wow, I learned quite a lot, actually. Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome, but I would say you nailed 95%.
Thank you for not actually being actively looking for parking signs. Yeah, I feel quite all right with the results.
So we hope that through this little exercise, you gain some confidence and clarity with parking signs that you might have encountered or will encounter, and can always come back to this video in case of doubt.
While uploading this video to YouTube, I realized that coming back to this video might not be the quickest way for you to actually find the answer that you're looking for. So we bundled all this information in a PDF and added a glossary so you can download that on your phone or print it and have it always available in your glove box. You can purchase your copy in the description box below. Yes, and if you want more tips on how to drive in Germany, we have a whole playlist, but specifically a video that you can watch here on the left. Until next time, cheers!